In this video, I'm gonna take you through a complete step-by-step beginner's guide into how to sell on eBay in 2025. There are a lot of things that I've learned about eBay throughout my whole eBay seller career, and if there's one thing that I can share with you, eBay is an amazing platform for a beginner, and anybody can be successful, even you, the person who's watching this video. All you need to do is put in the work and watch this video until the end. Let's get started. There are millions of sellers on eBay, and there are millions of products being sold on eBay every single day. So in order for you to completely understand how to sell on eBay, I'm gonna walk you through all of these things in this video. How to create an account, what kind of items to sell on eBay, how to list your very first product, of course, how to price your products and how to do competitor research, what are the ways in which you can sell your products faster, and finally, how to make sure that you will ship your items the right way. Alright, so first things first, we need to create an account with eBay. All you have to do is go to their homepage, this is it right here, and click on the register button on the top left part. You will find it besides the sign in button. Now right here you have the options to choose between personal and business. You're gonna want to go with personal at first. Just fill out all of these fields with your name, email, and select the password for your account. For those of you who have questions about business account, you can just ignore a business account for now. You just need to get started. You need to set up your basics and understand how to sell on eBay. After that, we can talk about setting up a business account and what are the advantages of using a business account. And all you need to do after putting out all of that information is click on the button that says create account. Now once you're in the homepage, you can click on your name, and on top left corner you will have a button that says account settings. Click on that, and basically this part right here allows you to add in your payment information. Now this is very important because every time we sell something we need to get paid, right? That is why setting up payment information is the first thing that you have to do when you're creating an eBay account. So in order to set up your payment information, all you have to do is click on the button that says add payment option, and you can put all of your bank details there. Now next up, you can change the logo of your account, and you can also change the username. Let's say you just came up with this username when you created your account, but you don't really vibe with it. So for those of you asking, yes, you can change your username anytime you want. You can do so by going here and clicking here. Next up, let's talk about the magic stuff. What products should we sell on eBay? Now, before getting started, a very important thing. I want to let you know that every single eBay seller has a seller limit. So you can actually list up to 10 items or up to $500 per month, whichever of these comes first. This is not to worry. If you hit those numbers in the first month, you can just get in contact with eBay and they will give you a bigger number and you can still keep your account. Now, if we were to talk about what kind of items to sell on eBay, this is a very different concept from that of dropshipping, for example, or from traditional e-commerce. With eBay, I would recommend every single new beginner seller to sell whatever they have laying in their house. That's a very good exercise to get started with. I had very good success in the last 4 years selling on eBay, and the main categories I was successful with were DVDs, video games, footwear, clothing, collectibles, action figures, and maybe even pieces of furniture. The reason why I'm giving you all of these items is that you need to exercise first. You need to understand this whole mechanism that's called eBay, and you need to understand how to use it properly. This is why selling something that you don't necessarily have to put money in is a very good way to get started as a beginner. Now, when it comes to selling these types of items, I'm sure that every single person that watches this video can go home, or even they can go to their parents' home and find a bunch of these items just laying around, never being used before. So you never know where you might find gold. So my homework for you right now is to go to your parents' place or even go to your own house, go in the garage or go into the attic and try gathering some items that you never used or you haven't used in a long time. I'm gonna give you a pro tip. Try making a list with everything you have gathered so far, and I'm 100% positive that you can find at least 20-30 products that you can sell. That's gonna be your homework. What I would actually recommend you to avoid are big, bulky items. You don't want to do that as a beginner because they are very expensive to ship. And of course, as a beginner, you have very limited experience with shipping items. You're gonna realize that there are multiple facets of this business and you cannot master them all in one go. This is why selling these items will be a very good exercise for you, because you will learn everything about listing items, what kind of items to sell, how to ship them, how to work with the shipping companies, so on and so forth. That is why it's gonna be a much easier process and much better for you to understand. If it's a small items, it's not bulky and it's easy to ship. Now, the beauty of eBay is that everything that you can imagine sells. So just go ahead and look over your attic and try to find something. Alright, so let's go ahead and list our first item. So right now I want to go through the step-by-step process in order for you to list a product. Now first of all, you need to click on the sell button on the top right corner of your screen. Next up, you have this button right here that says create a listing, and then select single listing. Once you do that, it's going to simply prompt you to type in what are you selling. So we're just going to type in the name of the product. Now this will prompt us to a lot of other listings that are already on eBay with the same product. Now of course, if there are no other products just like this one that you're selling on eBay, you will not find anything. Maybe you'll find something similar, but chances are that if you're selling something, there is somebody else who's selling the same thing. The reason why they are doing this is to help you actually. This is a great way to save a lot of time because you can actually click on these listings and you can see a lot of details. Let me give you an example. Let's click on this, and as you can see right here, you can basically see what other sellers are doing, how they are selling the item, what kind of photos they are using, what kind of images, what kind of descriptions. I'm not telling you to copy and paste whatever you see there. I'm telling you that you can get inspired from this and you can learn a lot of what's working from other more experienced sellers. Now, if you find an exact listing just as yours, you can just copy and paste that and use your very own information about the product. But otherwise, you can use any of these listings as a base and build on that base. This is going to save you a tremendous amount of time. Now, as you can see right here, it's a really cool thing. You can actually use somebody else's listing as your listings base. Next up, you can assess the quality of the product that you're selling. So you can select if it's brand new, like new, it's in very good condition, or used condition. Now, on this part right here, it's very dependent on what kind of product are you selling. If you're selling a video game, it can have some scratches on it. You need to be transparent with that. If it's a new video game, that you can just put brand new. If you're selling shoes, it's the same story. So it depends on what kind of product you're selling. Make sure you're putting in the right information here. All right, after you selected that, you have the option to continue the listing. From there, it's going to take you to a final step, which will allow you to complete your listing. And right here, we can select one of the most important aspects of selling a product, which is adding photos and videos of your product. So as you can see right here, you have two buttons right here. One of them allows you to import photos, the other one to import videos. Now there's a very important thing. I want you to take as many angles as possible of your product. Now of course, it depends on what kind of products are you selling. Maybe there's a simple problem. Maybe you're selling a toothpick and you don't need to show that many angles. But if you're selling something that people are really interested in, such as, I don't know, a video game, a pair of shoes, you need to include as many angles as possible. Next up, you have the option to select the title. Now with the title, I wouldn't recommend you to write something too complicated. Make sure to keep it simple. Also, check out what your competitors are doing. Make sure to not reinvent the wheel because whatever they are doing already works. So you can just apply that to your own listing and you'll be just good to go. Now, as you can see right here, you will have all of the data already imported from the previous listing that you've chosen. If not, this is going to be blank. If you've not chosen a previous listing that's similar to yours, you're gonna have a blank space right here and you can play with it however you want to play with it. Now, if someone was to buy our product, it's very important to us to put the right keywords. You don't just want to write PC game or Xbox game or whatever. You need to be very specific with what you're selling. What year is it from? What kind of edition is it? What kind of shoes are there? What kind of furniture? It doesn't matter what kind of product are you selling. You gotta be as transparent as possible with the product title. The reason why I'm telling you this is that the eBay search engine will prioritize your product and it will know whom to show the product to based on how you name it. Now, next up, item category. Make sure to select the correct category. And next up, you have some specifics such as the name of the product, the platform, and then you have some additional information that's optional to fill up, but I would highly recommend you to fill this up if you have access to it. Next up, if you're not happy with the condition that they gave you, you can actually write your own description of the product, and you can write whatever condition your product is in. And then we have this description part right here. Now, this is also very important because people will read this about the product. Now, you can use AI. eBay has an AI pre-built tool that will help you draft a description for you, or you can just go to ChatGPT and write anything you know about the product and give it the title, give it everything, and just give it the command to write you a description for an eBay listing, and they will give you an amazing description. You can just copy and paste that into this area right here on eBay and description area. In my personal opinion, ChatGPT is a bit better than eBay because that's what they are doing. That's their expertise. Now, next up, we have the pricing. There's the option to select the format between buy now or auction. Now, I would recommend you to just go with buy it now. If you just want to sell something laying around your house, I'm not really a big fan of auctions, although there are a lot of auctions and people who are selling auction based. I'm not a big fan of, because with Buy It Now, whoever wants to buy it, they can just click it and they will send you the money, and that's it. Transaction finished. With the auction one, you're gonna have a bunch of people auctioning for the product. Maybe some of them will withdraw. It's gonna be complicated. I don't want to deal with that. Next up, you can find some median selling points, so you can actually understand what prices are being used by other sellers for a similar product or identical product of what you're selling. And as you can see right here, free postage, that means free shipping. And you can see a percentage. This means how many of your competitors are using free shipping for their product. You can actually learn from this and see what other sellers are doing. Now, what you want to do when you're doing your research is try to find as many people as possible that are selling this exact same product. If not, try finding something similar. Make a list, get the minimum price, get the maximum price, and try going somewhere in the middle. This is what I always do. Next up, you have the allow offers section right here. If you toggle this on, someone could give you less than what you're asking for, and you can automatically accept it if it's something that you're happy with. I usually do this with stuff that I just have laying around my house, so I'm not gonna be stuck with it forever. Maybe I want to sell it for $30, but if someone comes along and gives me $25, I'm gonna accept it because I don't care. That's an old item that I just have laying around in my house, and that's a plus value for me anyway. Next up, you can schedule your listing if you want to. I don't usually do that. I like to just post my listing right away. Now, next up, with postage and with shipping, you can edit this actually, and you can edit the policy the way you want to edit it. Now, it depends on the area in which you live in. You can edit this according to what are your preferences when it comes to shipping. You can select stuff like handling time, shipping times, how many days does it take you to ship something, how many days will it take the shipping company to ship the product. This is for the client to be informed and to understand how long would it take until they get the product. Not really much to say here, although I would recommend you to put a same business day handling time, because this is very attractive for the clients. Somebody who wants to buy on eBay, they want to get their item as fast as possible. And if the client sees that you have same business day handling time, they will really appreciate this, and they will know that you will send the product in the same day. Now, next up, we have promoted listings. This is something that I would definitely recommend you guys to do. As an eBay seller, I would say that 50% of my sales are coming from promoted listing. As an eBay seller, I would say that around half, like 40 to 50% of all of my sales are coming from promoted listings, and the other half are coming from just organic traffic from eBay. So what this means is that when someone searches for something on eBay, your promoted listing will be first on the spot. Like, they will see it among the first ones instead of the last ones, or maybe the second or third page. This will give you a very big advantage, and you're basically paying for more eyeballs. You're paying eBay to show your listing to other people instead of other listings. And finally, let's talk about shipping. A lot of the things that I'm going to tell you are pretty self-explanatory, but one of the most important things about shipping is to ship your item as fast as possible. This is why I actually told you about the handling times, and you want to have the handling times to 1 day. The reason why I'm saying this is that interested buyers are actually going to appreciate this, and they're going to prefer your listing as opposed to other listings that have bigger handling times. And this is why you have the upper hand as a small business owner, because you can move faster as opposed to a bigger business that has thousands of products and they will not be able to ship their products in 1 day. So if you want to have success with eBay, this is one very important thing that I want you to understand from this video. You want to ship any products that you have as fast as possible. So when you're just getting started out, you're probably gonna get a couple of sales. I don't know, maybe you're gonna list like 10 products and you're gonna have 1 or 2 or 3 sales in the first days. Make sure to send them as fast as possible, because this will greatly influence the standing of your account. Now, what I would recommend you to do is to just go to your local post office or a local shipping company and get a bunch of envelopes, just like this one right here. Now, this is only for small items. If you're following my advice and you're just testing things out and you're selling small items, this is the thing to buy. If you have more bulky items, or if you have some items that are a bit bigger, you can buy smaller boxes. Just make sure that your items will fit in these boxes, or bigger ones. It depends on the item that you're selling. If you're selling multiple sizes, I would definitely recommend you to buy some envelopes and some small boxes and some medium boxes, just to make sure that you'll have everything you need in order to ship the product quickly. It's very important for you to have these things at hand, because if you're getting an order today, you want to ship the item today. You don't want to be concerned about about what type of envelope to buy, you need to have them at your house and be able to pack them as soon as you get the order. So all you have to do after you have the envelope and you get the order, get the product, put it in the envelope or the box, depends on the case, write all of the information of the client, write all of your information on the box, and go to your local post office or your local shipping company. That's it, guys. Pretty easy, wasn't it? This was your very first step into becoming an eBay seller, and I'm 100% sure that you will have a lot of success with it. Now, just out of curiosity, please drop a comment below telling me what items did you found in your attic or in your garage or in your parents' garage. It doesn't matter. I'm very curious. I'm very passionate about all these old things that you can find inside your house, and every single person has a different story. So what is your story? Thanks again for watching this video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos just like this one. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.